In a faraway country, in a village, there were 3 sister girls who lived with their father and were very poor. One day, their father traveled on a long business trip to a faraway country. Before his travel, he left money to their middle sister, called Akil, because she was the smartest among her brothers. As for the eldest sister, called Salina, she was always jealous of her sister Ashiel because her father preferred her over all of them because of her intelligence. The younger girl, Anna, was very kind and was always beside her sister Ashiel. Ashiel is the one who provides them with enough food and is the one who runs the house in her father's absence, but as the days passed, their father did not come at the time he was supposed to come, and the sisters began to worry, and one day, while they were sitting at home, a knock on one door. The sisters ran to open the door thinking that their father had returned from the trip. The surprise was that the person who knocked on the door was not their father, but rather one of their father's friends who was accompanying him on the trip, and he told them the sad news that they were on the way when a group of armed men got up and the bandits intercepted their way and quarreled with them and stole their luggage and killed many of them, but they did not find their father, which made them think they killed him and kidnapped his body. The 3 sisters were shocked and crying when they heard the news, and they could not believe that their father had died. The 3 sisters were left alone, without money or food. Day by day, the situation was getting worse and the food in the house was running out. Middle sister Ashiel thought about how to save her sisters and get them out of this situation, but she had no choice but to steal food and money. One day, while she was wandering in the forest, she saw a woman from the village tending sheep. A goat was lost from the herd, and Ashiel stole it after covering its mouth so that the woman could not hear her voice. I took her home quickly. As Ashiel was entering the house with Azza, her sister Salina opened the door and shouted at her, "What have you done? Did you steal it?" Then Ashiel shouted at her, saying, "Shut your mouth and be silent, because the owner of the goat is following me." Salina was afraid and brought the goat into the house in fear, and closed the door on her so that her voice would not be heard. Then the owner of the goat came and said, "Get out, you thief, because I saw you stealing my goat." Ashiel opened the door for her and denied stealing the goat. The woman said, "Oh thief, I have seen you. Give me my goat, otherwise I will complain to the governor. Now we go together to the governor so that he can judge between us." Akil said, "I agree, but on one condition. First, you know that we are poor, and I do not have clothes suitable for the governor, and my clothes are all worn out and old." The woman said to her, "I will lend you some of my clothes, and when we return from there, you will return them to me." Ashiel agreed cunningly. When they faced the governor said, "What is between you?" The woman complained and said, "Sir, this girl is a thief. You stole my goat." When the governor asked Ashiel, she said, "Sir, allow me to ask this lady." Ashiel said to the lady, "Are these the clothes I am wearing, my clothes or yours?" The lady got angry and said, "Of course. My clothes." The governor was surprised by the complaining woman, and she said to him, "Ashiel, sir, this woman is mentally ill and not normal. Whenever she sees something she says it belongs to her. Did you see, sir, someone accusing you of stealing and giving you clothes to wear?" The governor looked at the woman angrily, and Ashiel continued, saying that these clothes were bought for me by my husband, the merchant Rudolph, who was originally the husband of the complaining woman. The complaining woman said, "The merchant Rudolph is my husband, not your husband." The governor became angry and asked his advisor, who said that the complaining woman turned out to be crazy, while Ashiel was wronged. So Ashiel and the lady left the governor's palace, and Ashiel was happy because she defeated the lady and took the goat and also took the lady's clothes, and the lady remained amazed at what she saw of Ashiel cunning. Ashiel left the governor's palace victorious, and at the same time she fell in love with the governor because he was very handsome. She told her sisters that she loved the ruler and that one day she would become his wife. The 2 sisters mocked their sister Ashiel and said, "How does the ruler look at you and think about you when you are from a poor class?" They told her to forget his love, but Ashiel remained determined to love him and became the knight of her dreams. Ashiel was keen to make money in her own way, which was to rob people and pretend to be sober, and whenever the ruler of the tribe to which they belonged summoned her, she found some way to convince him that she was innocent, thanks to the wisdom that distinguished her from others. When the ruler noticed the prowess of Ashiel's defense and her quick responses, a hidden admiration began to move within him. The spark of irritation in his eyes turned into a gleam of fascination. He couldn't help but marvel at her ability to navigate the complexities of the situation with grace and intelligence. Ashiel's charm, coupled with her clever tricks, attracted the ruler's attention. At that moment, amid the chaos of accusations and denials, the seed of admiration for Ashiel's steadfastness and cunning prowess was planted in the ruler's mind, suggesting the exciting possibility of a deeper relationship between them. Until the fateful day came when the ruler finally discovered her deception and cunning and the many complaints he had received from people because of her. Her case was presented to the town judge, who ruled that they should throw her into the sea to get rid of her evil and cunning towards the people. The ruler learned of the judge's ruling and was very sad, but he was afraid of being accused of injustice and he could not help it. However, he ordered the palace guards to implement the judge's ruling, and the governor fell into deep sadness because of the judge's ruling on Ashiel. But the palace guards, who ordered her to be thrown out, took pity on her. So they asked her to escape to a faraway place so that their matter would not be revealed and the ruler would not punish them, so Ashiel escaped once again from the ruler's grip. The governor thought that he was the one who caused Ashiel's death, so he felt remorse for implementing the judge's decision until he later discovered that the servants did not implement his decision and did not throw her into the sea. He ordered the servants to bring Ashiel to the palace, and when they brought her to him, he told her that he regretted his decision and confessed to her that he had fallen in love with her and was always thinking about her and her pranks. Then he decided to marry Ashiel, and she lived with him in the palace in luxury and love. But Ashiel continued to deceive the ruler and the women of the palace, but this time he decided to get rid of her completely and decided to separate from her and told her that he loved her, but he saw that the decision to separate was better for them. Because she was causing problems in the palace and defeating them with the power of her intelligence, which made them envy her and planned for her to leave the palace and incite the ruler to divorce her. He told her to take the most precious thing she had in the palace and return to her father's house. The ruler gave Achilles a large box and asked her to fill it with everything she liked in the palace and go. Ashiel agreed to the governor's decision because she could not refuse him any request, and she said to him, "Sir, allow me today to have one last dinner with you, and then I will leave the palace permanently." The governor agreed and they dined together. Ashiel put a sleeping drug in the governor's food, and the governor fell into a deep sleep. So Ashiel put her ruling husband in the box and ordered the guards to carry the box to her house with her sisters. Ashiel took the box home to her sisters, and when she got home, she opened the box. The governor woke up and did not understand anything, and fear was on his face. He was terrified by what had happened to him and couldn't believe he was inside the box. He shouted at her, "What did you do to me?" Achilles said to him, "You ordered me to take the most precious thing I have in the palace, and you are the most precious thing I have." The governor smiled at her words and realized Achilles' intelligence and his love for her, and he promised her that he would never abandon her again. While she and her husband, the governor, were happily embracing, they heard a knock on the door, and when she opened she was surprised that her father had returned alive. The family's happiness is complete, and she, her sisters, and her father live in the governor's palace in luxury and wealth, leaving behind a life of poverty and deprivation. As the years passed, Ashiel's life took a turn for the better. The intelligence and resourcefulness she used to remain effective in ruling the kingdom. Her quick wit and strategic thinking made her an indispensable advisor to the ruler, and her influence extended far beyond the palace walls. Ashiel's sisters also flourished. Selena, who was once envious, finds purpose in supporting her siblings and contributing to their family's prosperity. Ashiel now married the ruler and continued to charm the court with his grace and wit. The ruler was fascinated by Ashiel's wisdom, respected her and guaranteed her a prominent position in the kingdom. Ashiel's legacy has become a symbol of resilience, intelligence, and the transformative power of love, inspiring generations to come. The story of Ashiel and her sisters is a testament to the enduring strength of family and the unwavering spirit of those who dare to dream beyond their circumstances. Ashiel's legacy has transcended her humble beginnings, becoming a symbol of resilience, intelligence, and the transformative power of love. Her story served as an inspiration to future generations, reminding them that even in the face of adversity, cunning and kindness can pave the way to a life of abundance and fulfillment. And so the story of Ashiel and her sisters continues, echoing through time as a testament to the enduring strength of family, the intelligence, and the unwavering spirit of those who dared to dream beyond the confines of their circumstances.